State University. We celebrate the body, the spirit, and the soul. It's time to start the chatter. It's time to play your role.
CC 2010, get your ticket, bring a friend. All across the world and nation, artists start a conversation. CC 2010, 10 plays in 5 days. Disembody what you know and come and see a brand new show.
Authors, dancers, actors, singers,
liars, criers, justice seekers,
frightened, angry, and triumphant.
We are
the truth seekers.
We are
The bodies, the broken, battered bodies, the proud, loud bodies.
We are
The student body.
We are March 24th through 28th in the Pavilion Theater. Days and nights of exploration, cultural conversation. CC 2010, get your ticket and bring a friend. All across the world and nation, artists start a conversation. Hey! On behalf of Lauren Williams, our PSN, Emma Futhi, my right hand, Sarah Kosar, oh my God, how do I even go on, Raiden Copeland, on behalf of these 70 actors, dancers, singers, playwrights, directors, assistant directors, choreographers, on behalf of all these people, I say, welcome to the conversation. We started this conversation 4 years ago, Jusome, if you can hardly believe it, Alicia. 4 years ago. And tonight we continue it. For those of you who are new to this festival, brave. Brave. Because you will never ever see anything like it again unless you come here. We are one of a kind. We're the only play festival of our kind in this country. We do only new works based on local or global issues of diversity. For those of you who have returned, braver, because you know what is expected of you. Because they just start the conversation. After this is over, you take over. Because what's great about this space is that we can see you. That's what's on there. And what's so powerful about us is that we are alive. The only rule of this festival is take all those things like cell phones, Blackberries, things that tweet, things that separate you from us, and we dare you to put them away for 1 hour. Dare you. We dare you. Put them away. I'm going to watch. Put them away. Because there is no need to live in the world of minutia. Because we are so big that if you dare tweet about how big we are, you will have missed our bigness. If you dare tweet about how brilliant I am, you will have absolutely missed my genius. Because it happens like that. And then it is gone. We are the living theater. We, like our sisters from Teatro Chicano, in the front row, I want you to know who you are in the presence of the first Mexican-American female theater troupe in the United States of America. In the these brave women dared to stand up and speak truth to power. They dared to confront power and say, there is another voice to be heard. They made cultural change. They added to the landscape of what is the United States of America. And if you dare miss the power of theater, if you question the power of these young women, I ask you to put that thing away for 1 hour. I heard, oh, this is church, if you thought this was. This is the church of the living word. This living word is the word of the playwright. You are going to see actors, yes, with scripts in their hands. This is called a staged reading. And for example, Julia said, what did you ask me earlier on? What did you do with your script? Say it. Say it. You can read. Could I change the line? You asked me if you could change a line.
I asked you so many questions.
You asked me. Oh yes, believe me, it has been an amazing year with these girls. Believe me. Yes, Julia asked me, could I change a word? Absolutely, because we are here about the word of the playwright. This is Laura Edmondson. She is the playwright of Eat Like a Bird. She will challenge you through the years. So what are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? Tonight we are sort of a Tina Turner festival. Because sometimes people like to bring it to you nice and easy. Tonight we're going to bring it to you nice. Because these girls are going to speak truth to power. They're going to talk to you about their body image. They're going to talk to you about their self-esteem and what drives them. Tonight is the culmination of a year-long process with Judy Kerr at Radio Park Elementary and Gloria Lipkin at Park Forest Middle and Sue Grendel and Lisa Harpster at State College High School. Groups of girls meeting once a week, during school, after school, before school, to talk about issues of media and self-esteem. With the publication of the book Half the Sky, we, as a culture, have perhaps been illuminated to the next great human rights crisis, the crisis of the female on this globe. That book offers us staggering statistics. One being that in the year 2009, 60 million women simply vanished from the face of the earth. Can't even wrap my head around it. 60 million women. In the last 50 years, more women have been killed in the last 50 years globally than all the men in all the wars of the 20th century. So what do we do about it? We can't change that. What can we change? You know what we can change absolutely? You know what we can change? We can change. The United States is ranked 23rd amongst industrialized nations in the deaths of women in childbirth. Oh, we can change that. We can change that the Century Daily Times was so uninterested in a project about young women and body image and self-esteem that they finally stopped returning my phone calls. You all can change that. I know, honey. How I go there? She knows. That's a strong female right there. What can we change? We can change a lot. And you want to know where it starts? I'll show you. Here, where do we begin here? Maybe it's with language. Maybe it's with the way we talk to each other. Maybe it's with words. What if words like the hell, what, embarrassing guy, shy, flirt, bashful, slut, fat, fashion zombie, ugly idiot, blonde, break, simply disappeared? What if they vanished from the face of the earth? What kind of girl would we build here in State College? What kind of girl would we build in this room? Let's find out. Flirt
clear. When she sobbed so hard on her mother's shoulder that it shook them both, it was clear. And when she stared at her blank, mysterious lunchbox, watching the others around her gobble down their lunches, it was clear. So clear, yet no one saw it. Secrets that no one saw. Every night she slept with her favorite stuffed animal, thinking that it was the only one who loved her. Every day she got worse, and every day cold, chafed hands slipped a water bottle into an empty lunchbox. Untrue statements suffocated her like a grocery bag over her head. How did it happen? Is it the Hollister ad that shows non-realistic perfect bodies? Is it the magazine in Wegmans that shows pictures of abnormal-looking movie stars? She doesn't know, but every mirror she sees screams, ugly girl. 33% of all eating disorders affect children between the ages of 11 and 15. And she wasn't the first. She was a daughter's daughter, each daughter passing down generations of hurt. Family and friends worry, fights break out, stress rises, and self-esteem lowers. Despicable! When is enough enough? Don't ask Hollister or the Cosmo, because they don't care. They will never care.
This is hard.
This is hard.
This is really hard.
This is really hard.
So many flaws in this mirror.
So many flaws in this mirror.
Insecurities start jumping at you at once. If I was in my hometown, my birthplace, where my sweet family is, I would be ashamed. I'm not skinny as my cousins or other girls back home, but I want to live my life. I don't want regrets. Who am I? Answer me. Back home, I am for a man. A man sees you and wants you to be a slave for him. A housewife, it's called. Live with his parents, take care of them, take care of children, of her husband, cleaning, washing, fetching food, and cooking. Do I have to say more? You refuse. You refuse. Then you are stolen by this man. Romantic? No, it's not. You have never glanced at this man. But this man will steal you. You leave him? If you leave him. It is disgrace, they say. This is hard.
This is hard.
This place is colorful.
Sometimes we're boiled down to a single glance, pressured into saying yes to that glance. But if we do, if we succumb, the glances turn to disgust, disappointment. Slut, they say. Bitch. For girls, at least. If a boy succumbs to that glance, what happens? A few laughs, some rolls of the eyes, maybe even a few admiring looks. That difference between us, it's not easy. It's not nice. But mostly, it's just not fair. Ah, phew! I'm not sure what I want to say, but I know it's not going to be about my body. That's way too hard, because there are 200 people in front of me right now. Can't you tell that I'm nervous? I can. I can feel my face burning red. I honestly cannot wait to get off this stage. But everyone has a story. At least, that's what I've heard. As a teenage girl, you're probably expecting me to talk about being self-conscious, or the extreme pressure I feel to be perfect. Sure, I want to fit in, but I'm smart enough to realize those girls on TV are fake. Smart enough to see that no one really looks like that. Smart enough to understand that they're lying. So I'm smart enough to be myself. At least I like to think I am.
I look like a movie star. Glamour, fashion, fit. Eyelash girl, lipless glow, liner, shadows, and foundation. Done. The hair, dyed, curved, ironed, highlighted, extended. Blonde, most likely. Clothes, not a lot. Winter, so what? grocery shopping or throw garbage in the bin downstairs. But I'm just a shadow, melting in a stream of Ukrainian beauty. Sparkles, furs, gold, silver, laces, leather. Where did they get all those clothes? I know. Bazaar. A consummate goods from Turkey. High-quality copies from latest European catalogs. In Ukraine, life for a girl is stress. Best way to survive is smoking. Smoke before school, during, after, always. From 5th grade on for life, which will hopefully, but not likely, belong. We look for older guys, college kids, rich businessmen. The best option, a foreigner, or top choice, an American. But most marry Ukrainian. They cook, work, and bear children. But most important thing is to look good, because he married you as a housewife, income earner, and a top model. A pack of cigarettes, a bottle of beer, a box of chewing gums, a bag full of makeup, and a mouthful of swears accompany a young, beautiful Ukrainian girl wherever she wanders, wherever she goes.
I know there are many people against teens wearing makeup, but I'm not one of them. I wear foundation because of my acne, but I wear mascara, eyeshadow, blush, and an occasional eyeliner because of my peers. I feel fine in my own skin until I leave my home. In the outside world, if you're not perfect, you don't belong. I have acne. I've dealt with it since 4th grade, and I've been on 4 different pills and 5 different creams, from Proactive to natural ointments. Nothing works perfectly, so I wear makeup to cover up what's not wrong. I wear foundation to avoid comments, sniggers, and judgments. There have been times when I have nothing more than to crawl into a hole, because I'm so sick and tired of the pressure to be everything I'm not. Humans evolve to fit their environment, and if my environment is telling me to be perfect, I will evolve to try to be.
Yes, I'm a teenage girl, and you probably expect me to be self-conscious and unhappy with my body. That's the norm now, isn't it? But isn't homegrown better? I thought everybody wanted the healthy, the raw, the organic that is so hard to come by these days. But if homegrown is better, then why is plastic inserted into bodies? Maybelline on lips, color contacts, nose jobs. There's a way to fix everything that was never wrong. And then they give us the star, big-eyed paper dolls and say, look like this. We follow without a doubt. Everyone else's, why not me? So hard to break out of the marching line of toy soldiers, all walking mindlessly to the same unreachable goal of perfection.
At 9, my favorite t-shirt had a picture of a girl with a tennis racket in her hand and proclaiming, I can beat any boy on the block. At 13, I was standing on the beach in a bikini, and my brother said, you have blood running down your legs. I punched him and ran inside. At 16, standing 5'5" and only 100 skeletal pounds, I stopped bleeding for an entire year. I didn't care. At 25, I started a doctoral program, a marriage, and a monthly earthquake of cramps. I felt equally smart, prepared, deserving of a voice as any male I knew. I almost didn't understand what all the fuss was among the feminists. At 45, I've spent 3 decades counting down every 28 days. Every month, with no exceptions, my cycle has repeated like the tide, like the sunrise, like the seasons. I suffer, and the world keeps spinning, uninterrupted, unnoticing, unbothered by the burden I carry, by the burden we carry. Am I the only one who wonders where we make room for these everyday female facts? These everyday facts that make us think differently, see differently, imagine our lives differently? The way I see it now, doesn't matter if I can beat any boy on the block, or if I have equal pay. If I have to pretend that none of this is happening to me, if I have to pretend that I'm not a woman.
This is me, a Dominican girl who likes to talk and eat. But the only problem is you. TV, magazine, anything and people like me. Help me feel better about who I am. I always end up listening to you, and I always fail. Nothing I do seems to work. Please, help me to feel better about who I am. I will ask you one thing. Please, just think about it. Just think about it.
I could probably go down through my entire body and tell you something that I don't like about every part of it. My hair isn't nice enough. My teeth aren't straight enough. And my nose is way too lumpy. But what am I comparing them to? Not nice enough. Not straight enough. What is this enough that I measure myself against? Is it a movie star? A famous model? Or the goddess of beauty and flawlessness that comes from my own imagination?
Fearless!
No one is perfect. I hear this phrase constantly. But nevertheless, every day, I see countless examples of women trying to be more like the goddess they have in their minds. I admit that I fall prey to this goddess every morning as I stand in front of the mirror, hoping to be enough. The desire to be enough sometimes rules my life. I watch the advertisements for the new miracle that promises to make me look beautiful. And who performs in those advertisements? The goddesses. I think if you melt away the stage makeup, cheesy smiles, and shiny hair, you will discover that the goddesses have the same insecurities as me. Why do I constantly compare myself to everyone else? Every time I walk through the hallways at school, I say to myself, am I walking funny? Am I holding my books in a weird way? Does my hair look all right? Why do I let it matter so much? It's hard to see at first, but think of it this way. This was how I was designed to look. Even if I go through plastic surgery to change everything, I will still always be the person I was born to be. Goddess? Ha! Who needs a goddess when you just be yourself?
I was an overweight child. I didn't know that at the time. I loved macaroni and cheese, and I always had a suck in helmet. I had no idea I was different. At least, that was true until a boy in my class started calling me a whale. I decided then that I needed to go on a diet. I was 10. Every night before I go to bed, I think, tomorrow, I'm going to work on getting thinner. It's been like that for as long as I can remember. There might be months where I like myself, and then there might be months when I just want to rip the fat off my body. But I never stop thinking about it altogether. What do I look like? I wish I knew. When I was 20 pounds lighter than I am now, I could still pull the fat off my hips. But people tell me now that I'm thin. That's just not possible, is it? Damn it, what is my tipping point? When do I slide from thin to average and average to fat? Well, as long as I'm healthy. But what is that? How much is enough exercise? How much is too much candy? Am I sick? I've been told I'm sick. Am I really that different body to be more perfect? I still remember the first day I came to this school. I can still feel the pressure. Everyone looked at me like I didn't belong here. And what is the matter? Is it because I look different? Is it because I speak another language? No one talked to me. People just ignore me. They didn't care because I'm a foreigner. I feel really sad because all men are created equal. And this is not a treatment that I expected in the US. A few years have passed, and I speak out in class a little bit and participate more. But then the other problem came. I need friends. How can I live without friends? I don't want to die lonely. People here already have their own crews, and it's just really, really hard to get into it. I don't know the reason. Maybe it's just because they knew each other since kindergarten, or is it because of my appearance? Maybe it's not my fault. Maybe the society needs to change. Maybe they need to be more open to other cultures and be more accepting of other people. What do you see when you look at me? Come on now, be honest.
Do you see me as a radical terrorist packing AK-47 inside my brown jacket? Maybe you see a poster girl for oppressed womanhood everywhere. This is me. This is who I want to be, now, forever. Being a Muslim woman in America is harder than most people think. Strangers speak to me loud, slow English.
What's your name?
And often appear to be playing charades. They blatantly inquire how I like living in the United States, and whether or not the cold bothers me, and how do I compare the U.S. to Saudi Arabia. If I'm in the right mood, it can be very amusing. Although Saudi born, I was raised in the United States. I have Western education. At age 11, I chose to cover myself with hijab because I wanted to be free. Wearing hijab has given me freedom from constant attention to my physical self because my appearance is not subject to public scrutiny. My beauty, or perhaps lack of it, has been removed from realm of what can be legitimately discussed. Judgment on my physical person plays no role whatsoever in social interaction. My body is my private concern, not yours. Women are not going to achieve equality with the right to bear their breasts in public. True equality will be achieved only when women stop the need to display themselves. As a Muslim woman, I have chosen modesty over following the next clothing trend. And I have accepted myself and the way of life. This is me. This is who I want to be, now, forever.
People ask me how I became a belly dancer, and my answer is always by accident. As a little girl, I never had daydreams of shimmying and sparkle and sequins across the stage. So when a friend begged me to try out a belly dance class, just for the fun of it, the typical stereotypes ran through my head. Won't I look incredibly stupid? Isn't belly dancing kind of taboo? Who the heck would want to see my belly? But I went to the class, and I found more than I had bargained for. I found a dance that embraces women of all shapes and sizes, a dance that highlights and celebrates the curves that make us women, and a dance that's both feminine and strong. Now I'm the belly dance teacher, and the dancer who performs belly bared in front of friends and strangers. And I'm the one who assures the tentative student that all sizes are beautiful in this belly dance world. But do I always believe that about myself? Is it okay that when it's my belly out there, that what I say and what I feel are sometimes two different things? Will my students think I'm a fraud in some of my classes if I have to fake that self-confidence? And aren't you supposed to have this stuff figured out by the time you're 36? But I keep dancing, teaching, and putting my belly out there. And I will continue to let other women know that it's beautiful when they do the same. Because sometimes faking it, with a little bit of sparkle, is what we need to start believing it.
So you want to know who I am? Is that so? I'm the girl wandering the bookshelves for hours and laying her back against the apostrophes and nouns and conjunctions and sticking post-it notes onto verbs and prepositions until she thinks the words have bled through the page and stained her hands. And she breathes in the fresh big words because she thinks they smell like wishes. I'm the one tearing apart the dictionary because the words just don't fit, and into a jumbled collage that doesn't make any sense, and throwing off my skin because I swear it's too tight. Oh, and I'm the girl running and not caring, and catching falling stars that have the scent green and bird holes in her, until she can see right through her transparent lawn and onto the rolling landscape. I'm the girl who spelled out her name in the sandcastles she built before the tide and watched as the waters of the back and went. Who is pushing, hoping, once upon
of beach party girls in their long, straight blonde hair. And Peter, Paul, and Mary sang at civil rights demonstrations. And Mary's hair, her straight, long blonde hair, swung just like mine when she sang. I loved that friends edited my hair. They used peroxide, giant curlers, to get that look that came naturally to me. Some even went so far as to iron their hair. I was horrified by the image of hair being pressed on an ironing board. My hair remained a source of pride for me well into my 50s. It stayed like blonde, only adding strawberry highlights and a bit of white around the temples. At 56, life changed. I needed to undergo chemotherapy for breast cancer. I lost my hair. Gone was my best feature. Gone was my blonde hair framing my round face. Now here's the shocker. I look just fine bald. I never thought I'd be okay without my blonde hair, but I kind of liked the image change. I grew personally through this experience, and eventually so did my hair. I thought that my hair was not so tied to my identity anymore. Wow, what freedom. Although every once in a while, I just need to catch myself wanting to explain to someone that my hair, my first hair, would be like blonde.
Dear Mary, I would like to make sure you know what an incredibly unique and special girl you are. I absolutely love being with you, and I'm finding that the more time I spend with you and your spirit and charm, the more I can relate to you. I understand that being 8 is a very tough time in your life. You're trying to define your style, your personality, your identity. I would be honored to guide you down that road so full of potholes and confusing twists and turns. I want to lead you every step of the way on the path of enlightenment and self-discovery. I wish to be your hero, but I don't believe you would feel that you must be my identity twin. Thank you, Mary, for always being there to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hopefully, together as sisters, we can solve this identity crisis.
Dear Emily, when we go to the bathroom in the morning to get ready for school, it makes me want to change my hair and my clothes and my makeup to look as good as you. I definitely don't think I'm ugly, and I definitely don't think I'm fat. I just think you're prettier than me. I know that looks aren't all that count, but it is so hard when I have a big sister as gorgeous as you. You have so many friends and so many boys after you that I just feel a little down on myself sometimes. Because how could I ever match up to someone as extraordinary as you? I know that I'll make more friends as I get older, but for now I just feel jealous a lot. You always have right advanced plans, which makes me feel dumb when I don't. You're my favorite person in the world, and sometimes it just seems like we're unequal. I've tried to tell you so many times, and I wish you would understand when I try to explain it.
Since my birth, I've only known a few people. Those people are my mom, dad, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and my cousin, Lee.
Hi, I'm Kitty.
Hi, Katie. Katie has always been like an older sister to me. I followed Katie's example in everything. She thought it was annoying, but I thought it was the best thing in the world to look like her. Later, I learned to develop my own style. This is important because it shows that not only can I go against the ever-changing currents of fads, I can also change them. Girls everywhere are constantly being fixated to challenge themselves. I want to look like that, or I wish I had this. But if we take a moment and we look at ourselves and we say what it is about them that I so desperately need to look like, we can change the way our see ourselves. I know I'm beautiful the way I am. Aww.
The sleepover was a disaster! Why did you do that? Call the boys, ask them to rate us like objects, the best looking to the ugliest. Of course, the first two on the list were the popular girls. Sure, I wasn't last, but I wasn't first either. I saw the tears as the list neared 9. Her name still hadn't been said. My birthday! You gave me the worst present. Why? You thought it would be funny? It wasn't. No. Why do they think they're so much better than me? The popular group. Believe me, I've seen them. There's nothing special there. It's just an illusion. The drama! Small arguments seem like wars, yet they all keep that appearance, that inviting look of perfection that girls long to have. But it's never really there. It's just a trick of the eye. The drama that exists is overwhelming. As hard as you try to stay apart from it, it engulfs you like a monster, and it will suck you in. The grass is so tight, you feel suffocated.
Those girls who look so nice, pretty, inviting aren't true. Any secret isn't safe in the hands of those girls. The rumors begin, and you're stuck right in the middle of it. Backstabbers. Everything is a lie. This look of perfection isn't worth losing the friends that care the most about you. It's better to keep away. Trust that you, as yourself, will be better than anything they think they are. But you had better keep faking that pleasant, perfect mirage.
You look around, and what do you see? Oppressed personalities. Girls who are trying to fit in and be popular. Girls who are trying to impress boys. Young ladies who, in their striving to be liked, lose their true self. They put on false faces of sticky sweet makeup, smile fake smiles, and flirt unashamedly. And they fight with each other over the stupidest things. I look at them and I wonder, what do they see when they look at me? Should I care? No. I'm comfortable the way I am. But why do I find it so hard to talk to boys? You know what? Never mind. What the heck? I'll just be myself, have fun with friends, dance my heart out, and everything else should fall into place.
And now, a play written by 3 third graders to create a new Disney princess. Hello, I'm Sapphire Aquamarine Topaz. I'm the Southern-style Disney princess who cares about her kingdom. I love my family, and I'm really friendly. I'm very good friends with Barack Obama, and I help him on important missions. One day, when I was visiting Barack Obama at the White House, Barack said that he needed me to go on an important journey to the center of the earth to gather food, water, shelter, hope, happiness, family, friends, and future for the children of Haiti. That is when my journey began. Once I got to Haiti, I couldn't hear a sound except the wind. I jumped when a small ball rolled and hit me on the floor. Yeehaw! I'm very smart, so I held it up to the sun. I saw a little puddle inside, just the size of a speck. The puddle was the color of my clothes, so I knew it was magic. I opened it and sprinkled a little bit of magic on myself. I knew that it could only have one spell, so I chose it very carefully. I said, add a note in front of me saying, you must go quickly or the people of Haiti will get sick, or you won't here are the things you will need or you won't succeed. Bring hope, happiness, family, and friends, and bring food, water, and shelter so that they will mend. Then the note just disappeared, but I didn't know where to start. I asked for help, and another note appeared. Think of the note at the beginning of your quest, and what was said last is what you would do next. I knew I needed to find food, water, and shelter, so I went to the forest. Right in front of me was the biggest tree I've ever seen, gosh darn it. It had branches as long as chimneys and fruit on every twig. I spent all night cutting off the branches and collecting fruit. And although it was the darkest night ever, the tree glowed with magic. Magic, 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 magic. I had the food and shelter, so I began to dig in the roots for the water. The roots became a tunnel that led me to the center of the earth. I was walking along the path when a hand grabbed me and pulled me into the dark. When my eyes finally adjusted, I saw standing before me the biggest rat I had ever seen. He had a big, slimy tail, yellow eyes with red centers, and he reeked of evil.
I am no Hopi guy, and I'm here to stop you from destroying all what I have done to the children of Haiti.
I didn't know what to do, so I wished my BFF, Katie Eleanor, would be by my side. I needed her so badly because she is kind and thoughtful and is always there for me. She always forgives me for my silliness, and I do the same for her. She is smart and can figure out a way to help me turn No Hopi Guy into Mr. Future Man. We looked at Mr. No Hopi Guy, who was inching closer towards us. We knew what we had to do. We had to be BFFs. We had to believe in each other. We had to have hope in each other, and we had to believe that the future for the children of Haiti would be safe. So we started rapping. The hope is here. The end of our journey is near. We have to beat this rap. The children of Haiti need that. We can see the children's future. They live in harmony. We have food to eat, a house to rest, family and friends. Yeah! Yeah! years passed, and a little part of me tried to listen. I never became anorexic or anything like that, but I came pretty darn close. Now, when I think back, I'm so glad that I was smart enough to snap out of it and be myself. I'm me, I'm strong, and I can't wait to get out into the world and be myself.
At this very moment, my whole life has changed. I thought I'd be ready for this. I've dreamt about this opportunity forever. Yet, when it finally shows, I'm skittish and scared. Alas, these moments convey the same feelings I get waiting in line for a new roller coaster. It's nerves, anxiety, tension, and fear filling every part of my body. Soon enough, I'm on for the ride, hands in the air, screaming. Woo!
You all start singing. Let's get it down. Good night. dared to talk to you. Be brave. They were.
Beautiful.
If you don't know, what's your response to this?
Like Susan said, you girls are so brave for getting up and saying all this. I mean, I remember even when I was in high school, all I could think about was I'm the fattest girl in my gym class right now. Every single person in there is skinnier than me. They're tall, they're blonde, they're lady, they're dancers, all these things. Not dancers are bad things, but you know the ones. So it's so brave of you to do that. How do you guys, obviously Susan said you guys have been working on this for a year. Have you guys seen these changes? Have you seen people go back and realize that it's not always about what you look like, but who you are in your schools, in your communities, in your siblings? Anyway.
How has this program changed you, Virginia?
Well, it helped me to realize that no matter what, I'm beautiful and I'm someone like that can change the world and help a lot of teenagers and little kids to become a better person and to realize that they're better than what a lot of people show them and tell them that they are.
Wow. Hey, how about some of you guys from the middle school, from Park Forest Middle School? How is this moving into your community and the school itself? What are you guys doing? Go ahead, Ray.
Well, we're doing a project at the health fair after PSAs, and we're showing other kids. We're actually doing like a planet theme, like what planet are you on? What are you influenced by? Like media, your family, friends, or if you're just an individual. And so we're trying to get other people to realize what we realized in this event.
Does anybody have questions for them? You want to talk to them? Oh, look at Ashley. Go.
I don't know if it's because I'm like so far away from the stage, but I was up here watching you guys and trying to figure out how old each one of you are. And it's funny because there are some of you who have gotten up and the minute you spoke, I saw 30. I saw old souls. I saw people who have lived far longer than you have actually lived. And yet, some of you guys got up and there was such an innocence that was still retained. And I thought that that was a really interesting have old voices in young bodies, and you're really, really speaking a message that does not get talked about nearly enough. So kudos to you guys for actually standing up and, having a voice in this. Your voice is yours, it's your own, and nobody else has one like you. So it was really nice to hear.
You guys rock. You guys are awesome. It's so fun to talk to you guys. I couldn't do this because I have other things, but when we go to meetings and stuff, it's just so fun because when you guys talk about it, you guys are just so enthusiastic and so into it. And it just it inspires us. And I'm so excited. I love coming to our meetings.
Right.
Especially the snacks.
Good question. After watching this performance and knowing how much time he invested, what are you feeling right now in this very moment? Coming down to that huge performance, knowing what's coming next, what do you feel? How do you feel?
Go ahead, it's not scripted. How do you feel, Katie? How do you feel after tonight?
I have to go to the bathroom.
Emma, how do you feel?
Relieved.
Do you feel relieved? Do you feel relieved? Maddie Brandel, you guys have a set on stage. Was that fun?
Yes, it was fun.
Do you feel like you've gotten to say some things that you've wanted to say for a while? Is that a good feeling?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Is it one thing? Yes, my sister.
I just wanted to thank you for your presentation today. I'm a lot older than most of you here, but I guess, I am Tiago Chicana, and it takes a lot of guts and a lot of intelligence and organic intuition to get up and do what you do today. Our bodies are temples, they're sacred, they're divine, and ever since at once upon a time, our bodies were divided from our mind. Our matter was divided from spirit, but we have to bring these things together, and you are a prime example of this today, binding the spirit with our bodies and our minds all together in one piece. And that this radiates throughout the world and the universe, and I wish you the best of luck and continue with this message all across the world, because it's very, very important for us to respect ourselves as women and carry on this message, because once women understand that they have this feminine power, this wonderful energy, we will be able to make this world a better place to live in for ourselves and our children and our future.
Oh, I have a question, yes.
I didn't really have a question, but I wanted to call out my students since they brought me here. Ebtisam and Yulia, thank you for inviting me. It's Miss Blanchard if you can't see me. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I was very, very touched, but I will tell you, the woman who talked about the t-shirt, that was like my experience. Like, I lived that kind of so that was absolutely touching. And the little brindle, because I love all the brindles, so I thought I'd just give her a little. But it was absolutely powerful, but her story definitely got me, so thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much, Shannon.
I just wanted to say thank you as well. This is sisterhood. This is a witnessing of what will propel the future of women. You're the future. I'm Caribbean American. I grew up in a very oppressive household. And as a young girl, I had to hide and do all my liberating things outside of the house. And when I came home, I was silenced. And I did not have the opportunity to do what you are doing today. And when I look at you, my heart just sinks, because you are the voice for young girls who somewhere in this world are silenced. And you are speaking here today. So thank you. Thank you for what you're doing.
We'll let you adore them in person.
Actually, it's not a question. I just wanted to ask the child,
People have asked, oh, you want to be young again? Oh, never. Very difficult. Growing at your ages historically has been a horrible time. A time of change, a time of being put down, all the things we go through. This might be one time when I might want to go back. If I could be a part of this group, I think it might, it might change lives, and I know it's going to affect your lives. I was just thinking, if I could be young again and have this example, I think I've done a lot in my life that and this kind of background, it'll lead you on to stuff much more greater.
Her up here, and Lisa Harpster and Sue Brindle down here, and please, these teachers have been so devoted to this project, and I want you to know how heartfelt that their work was in working together on this. Thank you, Judy. The fact that you would come back and be a part of this, we could use you. We have one last question up here, and then we'll call it out. Yes,
I'm curious. I want to hear from the middle school and the high school. What aspect of the program the trigger that you felt that now from that part of the program that you wanted to express that? Because based on what I heard from your monologue, especially the one when you were talking to your sister, you're addressing the emotion that you have toward your sister. And you never, based on what you're saying, you never said that to your sister face to face. But which aspect of this project that triggered your desire to express that? For me as an educator, I want to learn that, I don't want to put you on the spot. Anyone could answer it.
I don't know. I really, really, really love my sister. Absolutely. I guess just everyone just being open about themselves, being willing to be open about what's important. So, thinking about when I was deciding what I was going to write my monologue about, I had a couple different ideas, but I just really realized that the thing that matters most to me is my sister. I just love her, so I don't know, everyone else is just so open about themselves, so it's good to be in a group where everyone's really welcoming and kind. Zach,
I wanted to add my adoration to what you've done, the bravery and everything. I did want to ask one question. A lot of what you were speaking towards was about empowering other young women and other women to be themselves. What do you have to say to the men in the audience? What can we learn? What can we learn very specifically? What do you have to say to us?
Julia.
Tell us the way we are.
Tell us the way we are. There's a map up there. What would you say, Virginia?
Put your truth in ourselves. Put yourself in our.
There you go. English is funny.
Don't put your truth on ourselves. Translate.
Actually, in middle school, we've talked a bunch about guys, and these girls are planning workshops that we're going to figure out a way to get kids together so they can teach the workshops and kind of pay it forward. And they don't want to not include guys. So, right?
Yeah, we try. A lot of them have a problem with their stomach.
No, when we interviewed, everyone said that they wanted the six-pack that all the girls want the guy to have. So apparently we have an effect on guys too. So.
One more question, and then we'll call it a night. Anybody? Way up top. Oh, George.
So, how did you guys ever have a challenge where you would catch yourself starting to judge each other and saying, oh my gosh, this is exactly what we're trying to fight against? Is that a horrible question? You don't have to say exactly, but did that, I imagine that, it's kind of a process, so we have it in us, and I was just kind of amazed. I was watching you and thinking, oh my gosh, all the while they're having to write all these things, then they have to go back and be at school with each other and with other people and kind of just go back into living real life.
Well, I guess this question to you girls, do you think that you'll live your life in your school and amongst your peers any differently after you've been through this process? At all? Yes,
Usually before this, I went into a room and I'd start like sizing up people, sort of not being judgmental, but just commenting on them. And then when I was here, I
to stand up.
I just want to put my 2 cents in. None of this could have happened without Susan Russell. She started this and led us through discussions and has been amazing. So,